everybody in the YouTube modeling community. We're going to look at a couple of kits today. We're going to take a closer look at this Bandai kit that I showed you in my last toss of sprues. And then after that we're going to look at what's in this box, and it's not what you expect. So first we'll start with this one. We're going to lay it out and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. This is my second attempt because apparently the first time I didn't press the record button. So first off is the instruction sheet. There's Bandai Co. Limited, Ford T, Bandai Plastic Model Classic Car Series, assembling instructions, and there's 5 and 2 chrome parts. No, never mind that. Anyway, here it shows the mechanical parts that make up the motorized, because this is a motorized kit, and it really shows it. We'll show that later. There's the mechanical parts, the motor, the battery holder, the various connectors and pins, gears, and stuff like that. There's the plastic parts right there. And it goes into assembly instructions. There's putting together the motor and assembling the motor and the rear wheels, including the radius rods. It shows it being put into the truck. This is putting together the front wheels and putting together the radius rods, as well as the steerable. So it's like a toothed. You could steer, kind of click it one at a time, and you could steer it. There's the motor parts being shown here at the bottom, and back here we have the interior being put in, the windshield, the top being put on, and then this section here at the bottom is kind of interesting because it describes running the car, and I just want to read that quickly. It says, completion, penlight batteries, 2 pieces should be inserted as illustrated. The battery holder should be fixed to groove. Everything is completed. How to run. Push slightly from backward, then the car starts running immediately. When the car hits something, rear wheels stop automatically. When the car hits something, that doesn't sound too healthy, but that's how it stops. When you do not use the car, please locate the car on level surface, otherwise batteries will ruin. So I don't know if they mean the weight of the batteries will ruin the car, or the batteries, if they're on an angle, will ruin. I'm not sure what that instruction is, but anywho, I did start this as a kid. I've had it probably 40 years, so there's some sub-assemblies done. I would have to start pulling apart and redoing, I think, to get a nice finish on this, but we'll just look at some of the stuff here. Chrome tree. The headers are still on the chrome tree. The headlights and their stands are still on the chrome tree. We have some shocks here in their brackets. Shifter is still up here. Windshield frame is over here. One of the front radius rods is right here, and some of the others are loose. There's nothing left on this white one. Oh, you can't even see that. Here we have a rad shell and the rad. We have a cowl section here. Steering wheel is over here. Very basic steering wheel. Couple other parts are on there. There's the engine block. Yeah, it has 2 tricarb setups for it. Don't know if that'll focus. I can't probably hold it still enough for it to focus. It almost did there. Anyway, 2 tricarb setups. Here's chrome pulleys in the belt. Intake manifold. Front wheels with the hub. This one has the hubcap on. This one seems to have lost the hubcap. Well, that's probably it right here. Yep. There's the interior bucket. Come on. You know, I only have one light on in here. Anyway, very shallow interior bucket. Not much of it in the way of a dash. There's the top, and there's brackets that fit in on here. And here's the body with one front radius rod, and the two rear ones are flopping loose here, and the whole motorized mechanism is kind of sitting in here, sort of attached. And the whole thing's kind of coming apart a bit. And there's the white wall tires with the slicks. Kind of nice, really. How accurate the whole thing would be when built is kind of questionable. But that's that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not joining the group build this time. Maybe next time, or maybe later in the year, I might try a crack at this, or not. But anyway, that's this Model T kit from Bandai. Now to show you another kit. Okay, here we are back again. This time with the contents of the box. It said it was an airplane, specifically a F-86D Sabre, but the box was deceiving, because what's actually in the box is a Bandai Alfa Romeo 33 sports type racing car. And I'll show you the instruction sheet such as it is. There we go. There's the sheet. Now it shows, you can probably see there that it shows putting the wheels together and then putting them together on the chassis. Again, it's a steerable type deal. You can see here where that kind of clicks in, and you can notch the steering left or right depending which way you want it. And then it shows putting the steering in. There's the instructions for the engine insert, I guess you'd call it. On this page, this side of the page, there's parts layout at the top and further assembly instructions, including putting in the battery box. Again, this is a motorized kit, so the whole shebang is fairly shallow. Okay, nothing but glare. Gotta practically film these things without any light on. Anyway, so here's the body. There's the front clip of the body. And I will say that this kit is probably older than the first one I showed you. So it's over 40 years old as far as I know. That's the front clip. There's the passenger side. Unfortunately, it's been broken. I mean, it can be fixed, but it's been broken. And then the rear engine cover, rear end of the body. This is two separate pieces that have been put in place. Obviously, I fiddled with this kit when I was a kid. Really, this should be filled and sanded and whatnot to make it good. Here's a few of the satin chrome parts, I would call them. That's the front grille, roll bar here, exhaust pipes, mirrors down here, headlight lenses. What's left on this sprue are just these two things in there, so the front body can pivot and the rear body can pivot on the chassis. Here's the really rough wheels, and they're even rougher because I messed them with them as a kid. But anyway, there's part of the steering mechanism on the back of this wheel. They almost look like snow tires, but that's what you got. Here's the interior tub, such as it is. Basically a flat plate with sort of a driver figure. There's his head and his arms just melt into the plastic there. And there's a hint of a steering wheel, but there is no steering wheel that actually comes with the kit. And of course, just the tops of the seats. That's all because it is a motorized toy kit, basically. Here's the engine compartment. Now this is the engine itself, supposedly. Obviously just the intakes. I don't know how well you can see all the blurring around it, but I was afraid it would fall out apparently, because there's a whole kit's worth of glue just to hold that one part in. But there again, that's a real shallow plate because of the motorization. There's the chassis itself. It does, despite how crude it is, it does have some rivet detail on the bottom. There's the battery pack. It kind of just, you can click it in and out into the chassis, and then click it out again to change the battery or whatever. And as you can see, still have the original battery, which hasn't corroded or anything, which is miraculous given their age. And then there's some clear parts. These are the side glass. It would go along the side of the driver's compartment, or the main body. There's also supposed to be a couple of clear headlight covers and a windshield, and they seem to be missing. And there's the drive sprocket that the rear wheel should be going on. So anyway, that's I don't know, can you read that? Bandai, Japan. So Bandai is not a new name. They've been around for quite a few years. I just thought you might find that interesting. I don't know if you've ever heard of this kit or not, but it's a little Styrene Archeology for you. Okay, this video is going to be long enough by the time I add it all together, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.